engaged still. I think I only mentioned Swaggy C and Bailey coming in, and I mainly wanted to highlight them as rookies coming in with such a big entourage and that connection. They were already engaged last season, and we saw how the house reacted to them. It might be completely different now that they got close to a final and Jordan won last season. And I think Jordan has a huge target on his back because he came back last season after not coming back until from Dirty 30. So I think after winning and coming back so close after that win, he's going to have a huge target on his back for sure.
Okay, Bananas versus Wes. The timeless rivalry. I think of all the rivalries, they are probably the best. They're bigger. It's bigger than Boston Rob and Lex. It's bigger than Tyler versus Swaggy C. It's bigger than the Nixons versus Paul Abrahamian. This is bigger than Rachel Riley versus Daniel Donato.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's because they can come back to the challenge season after season and just reheat the rivalry over and over again. This really goes back way far back with Wes and Kenny. And then Kenny recruited Bananas in his friendship. And then once Kenny and Wes were really having a beef, Johnny got into it. And then once Kenny was off the challenge, that's when Bananas and Wes kept up the rivalry. And now I feel as though it's almost like a frenemies type of thing. Like they take lovable jabs at each other, but they keep up the rivalry. I'm hoping that they're thinking that Rivals 4 was going to happen sooner than later, and they wanted to be teamed up together. And so they just have to keep this facade up until they can finally show their true colors and love each other.
I think that pairing would be the most dangerous pairing of all.
Oh my gosh. It would definitely stack up against Wes and CT for sure. Cause they were, I think, the most dominant guys duo I've ever seen on the challenge. But Bananas and Wes would be another one that I think nobody would want to see them kicked off because they would just be yelling at each other. Because it would just be so fun. So fun to watch.
All right, there are a lot of notable absences, and I think there's been some casting got it wrong. Two people I got to say we got to talk about, Cara Maria and Pauly. I got to say both of them would have been amazing with that season, just to see the look on their faces. To say when TJ said, you got to go in.
Yeah, I think so. I think they wouldn't have shown any face to make because I think they would play it cool. Like, of course, we'll do it, whatever. We all know Pauly won't show anything but fierce anger and fake frustration out at somebody or something. But yeah, I think a lot of people were hoping that they would take a season off. I kind of wish they would have been on this season, but like 2 seasons later, because I do think that they needed a break. And seeing their vacation photos on IG together, they are looking better than ever. Like, I think I've seen Cara Maria smile more times than I've seen in the past few challenge seasons. I
agree. I gotta say, I love Pauly. He's great. He's probably one of the great. I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but Pauly, once Bananas and Wes are out of there, MTV will put Pauly as their one of the faces of the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, if he can stay on, and I think I heard that he didn't pass the psych exam, and if he can get on the challenge seasons, he can be something like the face. I just don't know if he has. He just needs to keep getting put on the cast of the challenge season after season. If he takes more and more time off, I think there'll be more and more shows and people on those shows that MTV is going to gravitate towards and pick them up, and then we could be seeing a lot of shifts and paradigm shifts in the challenge. You never know.
Agreed, and I got to say, their absence is going to be sorely missed.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be happy about the break, but there will be times where I think they would have shined with all the drama that they produce. There was a promo, though. Did you see the promo on Twitter?
I did, and Nani, Jordan, and Bananas, they were thrilled that they were not there. And I'm like, and same with Tori and Jenna. I'm like, really, guys? These rookies are not good. In all honesty, you need that.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that almost every one of them said Cara. I think Anissa was the nicest one, saying that she didn't want Cara on there because Cara would take her out in elimination, which happened in Battle of the Bloodlines right before the finals. But everybody else was just like really going in on them, especially Kyle.
I think here's the thing. I think Wes and CT were the nicest.
I agree. Well, CT's always the nicest now. Like, he has the biggest arc of any
being the
challenge.
Nicest? I can't believe it.
Well, after having his little CJ, I think he's definitely grown multitudes in his life, and I love to see him. He's now Pops instead of CT want to kill you and rip your head off and eat it.
Alrighty. There are 3 of Johnny Bananas' greatest rivals that are absent, but I think they deserve a return. Devin Walker, Hunter Barfield, and Sarah Rice.
I would put that as Sarah Rice. I would like to see back first and foremost besides those 2. I think Devin can be somewhat fun TV. I think he's very annoying though, and after X on the Beach, I think a lot of people are just not wanting to see Devin. And I also know he was in with Spaghetti Gate in Final Reckoning, which left a very sour taste in everybody's mouth.
What happened to Spaghetti Gate, please?
Spaghetti Gate. So this is what happened. Devin and Corey came in as mercenaries, won against Zach and Amanda, who were favorites to win that season. They won against double elimination. They came into the house almost night 2 or 3 or 1. They went out on the town, went to dinner. Then when coming back, Tony was blackout drunk, took Corey's spaghetti out of his hand, threw it out the bus window, and Corey decided to drop Tony on his head on pavement. And Devin was completely like saying that, oh, he slipped. Corey would never do that. Then he saw the tape and he had to retract, saying that, yeah, Corey really did do that. And both Devin and Corey had to be kicked out of the house. Also, Bananas went after Devin's dad, and Devin followed Bananas around the house, berating him. I don't blame. I don't know. It's a touchy subject. And I think everybody was in the wrong in all that situation. Besides Tony. Tony was definitely not in the wrong whatsoever. He just got dropped. I mean, he did drink a lot. But, yeah. Hunter, TYB, I think he's the least lethal of TYB, if I do say so myself, unless he's paired up with Ashley. And then Ashley's the lethal one of TYB. I think I'm more the Young Bucks who don't like Bananas whatsoever. So to me, I think I'm more happy to see Nelson and Corey back than I will ever want to see Hunter back.
Alrighty, now we got to get some fan favorites that people have been demanding. Okay. Davon Rogers.
I want her back. I know she made a YouTube video saying that she's pretty much done with that kind of stuff. But you never know. We've seen people come back after a long hiatus of the challenge. She's the confessional queen. We want her back. We need her back.
And and also she's signed with Viacom CBS. So however, the biggest tug of war would probably be if Big Brother has an anniversary season, they're going to grab Davon first.
Oh, for sure. And I think Davon would like to do Big Brother more than the challenge, possibly. I mean, that's what started her out on this journey. And I think she's just had a better time overall in the Big Brother house rather than, say, the challenge.
But however, there is no way that Davon would say no to coming back for an anniversary season or something like that.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you never know what's on the table or what they're saying is the offer sheet.
Alrighty, fans have been screaming for Derek K to come back. I think Derek right now is at the height of his popularity, and I feel sorry for Scott to do Challenge Mania by himself, but I think he can handle it. But I think we need Derek K back.
100%. I think people love to see him on Dirty 30. I think people were raving for him after his elimination with Joss. He still has it. He's fantastic. If you go to his IG page, he always posts his CrossFit workouts. He is jacked. Let's bring him back. I love him.
Okay, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia was great last season. I could see why she would want to take this season off, but yeah, why not? Bring her back. I definitely enjoyed her. I think a lot of people think her voice is annoying, but once you hear it a couple of times, you're fine with it.
Okay, Mark Long, another challenge legend at the peak of his popularity. There's new fans like myself want to see him come back for one final round.
Yeah, I think his last showing, which was X's, kind of flopped a little bit after he lost right before the finals. He also has talked about how he's retired, but he retired earlier and gave his bandana to Derek, but then came back for the duel too. So he's definitely in great shape. I think he would do great on this challenge. He has a lot of backstory and history with everybody, so I think he could go far.
Last of this group, Theo, because even though I think Theo is like his eye is recovered, he says he's back, and I think Theo is probably the challenge king of our generation.
I think he's fantastic. Fan favorite. Everybody who's talked about him loves him, especially after last season being thrown in so many times and winning so many times after losing to another elimination great, which is Jordan. Yeah, it's so unfortunate to hear what happened to him during the offseason. Sad I won't get to see him on the TV this year, but super excited that he possibly will come back once his eye is fully recovered. He gets a couple of thumbs up from a couple of doctors saying no matter what happens, if his head jostles a little bit or if he goes into a hall brawl, nothing will aggravate it. But yeah, I'm hoping for a full speedy recovery and then back to the challenge once he's totally cleared, of course.
Okay, I'm surprised Morgan Willett hasn't been on any seasons after War of the Worlds B2, because the thing is, I gotta say, Morgan's a central part of the new generation of our generation's Big Brother cast, and she could easily be there walking in like the Queen because she has so many connections to both Big Brother and thanks to Bananas.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is off the table, to be honest. I don't think anybody's off the table about being on the challenge or later challenges. But yeah, she's in tip-top shape. She is mixed with both Jay and Bananas now. And I think there is a missed opportunity of bringing in a little baseline of drama into the challenge house, but she's in fantastic shape. I know she has a ton of sponsorships on social media, so I just don't know what that paycheck looks like compared to what she would be getting from, say, the challenge, and what kind of difference that would be in her life.
And it'd be very interesting to see Powerhouse Duel if, for some reason, Johnny and Morgan and Jordan and Tori are thrown in a duel.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, I think we were talking about this off the air, but I mean, we see Paulie and Cara getting put on challenge seasons together. Jordan and Tori, Leroy and Cam were on a ton of challenge seasons together. You think they're going to be wanting to bring in more couples and add a little bit more baseline in with the relationship? We saw Zach and Jenna on War of the Worlds together.
Don't get me started on them because I cannot stand them.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, you just think was there a missed opportunity with maybe putting Morgan on a challenge season with all these other couples and seeing if there's a couple rivalry or maybe a couples alliance that could possibly form?
And I would love to see Morgan come on, face Paulie one-on-one, because Paulie kind of almost ruined her relationship with Bananas during the reunion.
Oh boy, let's not talk about Bananas' relationships and possibly getting ruined by social media, because ever since his challenge forever, I mean, I think there was 3 rumors outside of War of the Worlds with him and Jenny, him and Nani, him and the girl from Siesta Key. There's a ton of girls and rumors that were floated out, and you're just thinking, is one of these correct? Even if one of them is an iota correct, that is no bueno. With Morgan.
I agree. So I want to introduce somebody new. Krista DeBonham, she's a friend of mine. She's a former New York Jets flight crew dancer. She made it to the final 4 of the season on Amazing Race. She's on Sequester, and when I interviewed her earlier this year, she said that she wants to come on the challenge, and I think she can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm down. I wouldn't mind seeing more Amazing Race people on there. I think we need